Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. First of all, before we get into this video, I wanted to show you our awesome new sofa set because I think they're really cool. After that, for you new preppers out there, for those of you that are considering starting to prep, I have a very important 30-second clip that you definitely don't want to miss. So ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you a quick story. My wife's been at me very persistently, may I say, for the last several months to get rid of our old sofas and get some new ones because our old ones were on their last leg about 3 years ago. And I said, go get the sofas that you want. So she went to the store here and she sent me a couple of pictures. She sent me a picture of a plain sofa set that looked kind of boring. And then I saw this set. She sent me a picture of this and I was like, I want the one that's got the bears and the moose on them. So she ended up picking these out, and I just think that they're really cool looking. So I thought that I'd share them with you and show you guys our new sofa set. So before we get into the meat and bones of this video, ladies and gentlemen, I want to show about a 30-second clip to those of you that are considering to start prepping, that may not be prepping. I want to show you how extremely easy it is to store up 3 months worth of food with no problems and no issues as far as space goes, and it's very cheap. This, ladies and gentlemen, is my entryway. Here's my door. This is my entryway. You've seen these bins before. They're on my Amazon storefront, but it doesn't matter where you pick them up. Each of these bins holds 65 pounds of dry food, right? One of them has rice, one of them has flour, the other one has sugar. But that's what I choose to put in them. If you're considering to start prepping, or you're a new prepper and you want to get a quick 3 months supply of food, fill each of these bins up. For example, you see this one's got rice in it, and I have some bay leaves in there. This one has flour. I have some bay leaves in there too. That one's got flour. And this one's got sugar. And that's what I choose to put in these, ladies and gentlemen. But this is the point for those of you that may be considering to start prepping. If you fill up one of these bins with 60 pounds, now they can hold 65 pounds, but if you put 60 pounds of rice in one, 60 pounds of beans in the other, 60 pounds of flour in the other, that's 180 pounds of those three dried ingredients altogether. Each of those ingredients, or each of those foods, average about 1,600 calories per pound. So 180 pounds altogether is equal to about 96 days worth of food at 3,000 calories a day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so these 3 bins, if you put them in a corner in your house somewhere, fill them up with those 3 dried ingredients or those 3 dry foods, you're going to have enough food in there to last you 96 days at 3,000 calories per day. That is my tip for the day. Now let's get back to our video. Get these items before winter. Get them now if you can. And if you cannot, get them slowly and steadily until you have everything you feel you may need to get through this winter. And as you can see, I have several over-the-counter medications and supplements that are things that we can use and will probably need coming the winter months. I also have some items in here that are female-related items, but I felt that it is very important, as I've never really approached this subject, to get some of these items stored up as well. Because I have a daughter and I have a wife. And if for some reason they get some kind of infection, bacterial infection, or whatever it is that they may get, all right, I surely do want to make sure that they can be comfortable until we can get them to a medical, professional. So let me go through some of the things that I have here, and hopefully you can have some ideas on what things you should get for you and your families for this upcoming winter. And maybe even past winter, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, look at the shortage on jars. I'm not sure if you've heard, about the shortage that we're having on mason jars or on canning jars. If you guys watch Sutton Days, her channel, she read a letter from the mother company of all of the other companies that make mason jars, saying that pretty much there's not going to be any mason jar production that will be shipped out to retailers until the 1st of March of next year. What if the same thing happens with over-the-counter medications and you're stuck with not having any or not having enough? And for some reason, let's say there's a bad storm or something and you can't get to the doctor. So some of the things that I'm stocked up on is some allergy medication for children. We also have allergy medication that's full strength for adults, but this is the one that I grabbed. Some vitamins of whatever type it is that you need. Wintertime, vitamin D3 seems to be a good vitamin to take during the winter times because you usually don't get as much sun, especially here in Alaska. Some pain medication. As you can see, I have some ibuprofen, but also get some pain medication that's in the form of liquids. In case you have children or in case someone in your family, whether they're a child or an adult, has troubles swallowing pills. So I always like to have these on hand, even though we can all take pills. This is always nice because let's say, for example, that someone gets a really bad throat ache or they get strep throat or something, and they really don't want to be swallowing pills. They can have this instead. You know we need the Vaporub. I think this thing is awesome. Anyone watching this that's over 40 years old, you guys know what I'm talking about. This thing will cure anything. But seriously, this is really great for congested chest. I mean, this stuff, whenever I'm really sick, like I have a really bad cold or something like that, that just makes me feel better putting that on. And it helps me sleep better as well. Vitamin C is always a good thing to have to make sure that you're getting all of your vitamin C every day. From what I understand, vitamin C is very good at eliminating free radicals, which are just cells in your body that are really bad for you. Some of them can be cancer causing. Same thing. I get them in the tablet form and I get them in the gummy form. Got a couple of different kinds of the Mucinex. One of them is mainly for relieving congestion, and the other one is mainly for relieving coughs. But it's nice to have one of each. And these, although they're a little pricey, they are worth the money, I think. I think these things work really, really good. This Theraflu that I got, I think works well also. I've used this before, and it really does help when you have a bad cold. At least in my opinion. And from my personal experience. I also got some black elderberry syrup. Right, this is just immune support. This is almost like taking a airborne. You know those airborne? This is the same thing. This is something, in my opinion, that you take as a preventive measure instead of waiting until you're sick to take it. I got several of these packs of urinary pain relief, just in case someone gets a urinary tract infection. It's happened before, and I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a family member or somebody that you love that has a urinary tract infection, it can be very painful. This is something that we picked up. This is more in the female category. And same thing with this. So I'm not telling you to go buy exactly what I have here, but take a look at your medicine cabinet and take a look and see if there's anything in there that you normally use that you're either really low on or that you don't have at all. This is the time to start thinking about these things, because you don't want to get into a situation where a couple of months from now you really need these things and you can't find them anywhere. For whatever reason, ladies and gentlemen, we can make up 1,000 reasons why. But for whatever reasons, don't find yourself in a situation where you could have gotten something a month or two ago, and instead of putting it off, you got it and then you're good. But if you didn't, now you're not good. Now you're going to be scrambling, trying to find a way to get something that you need in a hurry when you had all the time in the world, like now, to get it and to stock up on it. All right, that's going to be it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. I truly do hope you got something out of this, all right? I'm going to be putting another video out tomorrow. I've got a few more videos that I'm still working on that I'm going to be putting out, so you should expect one from me every day here for the next few days because I have a lot of ideas in my head and I have a lot of things that I want to talk to you guys about. So having said that, thank you very much for joining in. I appreciate you guys spending a little bit of your time here today. Remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. This is Alaska Prepper, and I'm out.